The winter. It isn't the most glamorous time of year on a homestead, yet there are still things that need to be done. And today, I spent time with Justin Rhodes and his family to see exactly what they do during this time of year.
No. Papa, I'll make Gideon snack.
Okay.
No. Papa, I don't want her
He wants
to.
me to make it. I remember to cover these plants at 3 o'clock in the morning. It was too late. They're already frozen.
So what you adding right there?
This is New Country Organic pig swine feed.
Okay.
I'm just going to do 4 pounds since they got a lot of scraps. You can do, well, these are adult pigs, so 6 pounds a day. But scraps would count as half a pound. So it's not perfectly formulated to meet all their needs, food scraps. So I would just say, hey, let's just give them a little more food scraps, pound for pound. And it's been working out for years.
And does that just provide them with a little extra nutrition?
Yeah, that just makes sure they get all the nutrition they need.
Okay.
There's vitamins and stuff in it. I'm looking around for a little bit of skim milk. When we have skim, we kind of wet it down. Are we out of skim milk, Josiah? Yeah. It's nice to wet it down with that sometimes, but we don't always have it. No, that's for next year.
So how much wood is that for? Just a day? 2 days?
Just one. Well, I have to feed it twice.
Okay.
I have to do it twice.
So 2 loads for 1 day. Looks like a strong guy too.
You got stuff on you.
There we go.
He was built like him. Ooh, yeah. Stoke it. Stoke hands. You know what I'm saying, Josie? I'm gonna keep looking for that tape while you. I want you to get it. I want you to take this opportunity to get those vents uncovered, okay?
You like this job?
Yeah.
My Josiah does the firewood too.
Here it is. Josiah, where you at? Alright, Lily said she did the chicken stuff. Let's take it. What? Okay. You seen these nest boxes, Mike?
I've never seen
The
these
eggs
before.
roll in the back.
That's pretty cool.
And they don't get poopy and they don't get eaten by the chickens.
There we go. Where'd you get
I like
those
it.
from?
Premier One.
Okay. So how much has this greenhouse helped out here for the winter and I guess the growing season as well?
33%. These chickens perform that much better. I think because they can get out in the rain, they can get out in the snow. They're just more comfortable. It gets warmer during the day. Even wind protection at night. So the chickens are more comfortable, the pigs are more comfortable. They'll be okay outside during the winter, but they are more comfortable. So what does that mean? More eggs. Like they didn't stop laying eggs this winter like they normally do if they were outside. And then the same spot that was the winter place for the animals is the summer place for heat-loving crops like cucumbers and tomatoes. Didn't take any more space. You know, the chickens are working this wood chips, they're manuring in it, they're scratching in it. That's turning it underneath that into compost. And then we just furrow this wood chips and plant down into that compost. And you have automatically built-in mulch, so you have less weeds.
And not only is it making it better and more comfortable for the animals and more appropriate to grow things, it's also making the chores so much easier at this time of year to come do.
I struggle as a content creator sometimes because chores are so easy and simple. I've worked myself out of a job by streamlining everything and and really getting it to perfection, that there's really not a whole lot of struggle, which is what makes life interesting. Right?
Yeah.
But there's always little problems. We're always perfecting it. You know, this gate system for the pigs we didn't have last year, and we did that this year, and it's better. We put in a French drain on the other side of this greenhouse because it was flooding in big rain events. So there's always something, and we just keep getting better and better every day.
Yeah. Like you gotta fake them out a little bit.
Dirty egg. It's just easy. With the pigs next to the chickens, they complement each other. The chickens come in here and they stir up their bedding and cover their manure and keep it fresh. And then the pig, in return, the trade-off is the pigs get some of the chicken eggs, the dirty ones.
Just another benefit of multi-species.
Yeah.
Instead of just having the mono, they benefit each other in the system.
Sure. Did you fill up the water system? Good, thank you.
I need to go to my lessons.
Alright, well, let's go.
Are these your rabbits?
Yeah. No, they don't need any more water.
Do you name them or no?
Yeah.
What are the
I
names?
had 3 Well, when I had 3, I named one Penny, one Peter, and one Patty.
Oh, so what are these two names?
This is Patty, and that one's Penny.
Ah, do you have a favorite?
Yeah.
Yeah. It's a pretty rabbit. Give them fresh new water each day?
Every day. Even if it looks clean like it did. It's a little sus when it looks clean and it's still full. They know something I don't. So I'm just going to trust them and re-clean it. Best practice, high intensity management, not high intensity healthcare. So deep bedding, we'll be mucking this poop out. We're keeping their hay off the ground so that it doesn't fall in their poop. There's a hay rack there, a hay rack here. Let's get y'all in a stall. And we'll get y'all's bedding cleaned out. Come on. This is our new mama. Our surprise mama. She was way too young when her and Stud Muffin snuck off and got together. Come on. Come on. Come on. Come on. Here we go. Come on. Come on. Come on. Come on. There we go. There we go. Come on. Up, up, up. Up, 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 up. There we go. Come on. Now you come out. There you go. We'll go in there with him. Go in there with him.
What tips do you have for just managing them, getting to do what you wanted them to do right there?
Whew. Experience. Just being around them a lot. At first, somebody would not do that. I would not tell my farm sitter to do that. I would say to my farm sitter, take your time, maybe have removed the hay. That cow was wanting that hay. Make it easier on yourself. It's going to take more time to remove that hay. But just think management. Extra steps are okay. I want to keep everybody safe. Get a staff. For whatever reason, you don't even have to hit them with it. They respect the staff. So you could come in here with a I could have, see how I put that one cow in here and she came back out. I wouldn't have, you know, for my farm sitter or somebody new, I'd say shut that calf in and worry about putting the other cow in the other stall. So you don't have to deal with that, oh, it might come out. You could put they could have just went right by here, right? So you could have put a temporary gate here, and then you would have had a funnel to herd them into. See? So there's a lot of little tricks that could have added there. Yes, it would have took more time, but it would be more foolproof because of lack of experience.
And another thing that I noticed right there was you were definitely in charge of the situation.
That's it. See, if you don't feel like you can take charge, don't go in there because they know energy. They don't speak English, but they do speak energy, and they'll pick up on that. So that's what I'm saying. You could have, if you're scared, you could have reached out. You could have grabbed this hay out from outside the fence. If you're real scared, you could just wait. Eventually, they're going to go back in there. I could have grabbed maybe some alfalfa and called them, and then threw the pan in there and let them go in after it. So don't be afraid to think, well, what's an extra step I can take to keep everybody safe and sure.
Someday I'd like to go next level with the cow. So
cows are next level. And they're nothing like chickens. They're not even nothing like pigs. It's a big animal. They're easy. You can keep them in with one strand of electric. But you just got to learn a whole new ball game. So watch this, Mike. Remember what I said about staffs? Look at this. Okay.
wow.
All right. Now, You gotta also know too, she ain't gonna come in here. And you'll only know that from experience. You'll learn that this one's the boss, and that one never wants to pass her. And if she does, she might get horned, so she ain't gonna do it. And she could back up on you. So I knew she's as good as a wall. And I knew I just come right here, and that cow's gonna go that way. And now I'm being careful here because she's wanting to get out, but I'm wanting to shut this gate. We need to dump this bedding in there. This is the bedding from the heifers where we were just at. We haven't harvested yet. I see the kids haven't taken this out. We don't have any more room in our wheelbarrow, so I need her out because I don't want to put. I'm going to back up this. I don't want Henry there. She might not go as good as that one. You'll know this. Come on, come on. And you might have to give her a little tap. Come on, come on, come on. Let's go. Let's go. Let's go. Let's go. Come on. Come on. Just be patient. Come on. Come on. She wants something. She thinks Phyllis is over there getting her. I know this because that's where they get fed their alfalfa for milking. She thinks Phyllis is getting her alfalfa. Come on. Come on. Come on. Come on. Come on. Come on. Let's go. Let's go. Let's go. Let's go. If I didn't have a baby on my back, I would walk right there, shut this, and herd her around. Come on, let's go. Let's go. Okay.
Being stubborn.
Let's get a stop between her and me. Okay. Let's shut that gate. Now, let's get her around. So it's just patience sometimes. See that? See that? Different angles. They'll herd from behind a lot better than they'll herd from the front. Here she goes. Come back. Okay, honey. Come on. Come on. Come on. Let's go. See, she don't want to herd from the front. Watch this. Let's go. Let's go. And then you're out of the way of horns and stuff. Let's go. Come on. Come on. See that? Just a little tap. Come on, let's go. We're gonna have to herd her in a little further. Did you see that? she gets a little. We call her the crazy eye cow. She's got some spunk. She didn't even come close to kicking you. You still jump. We like it that way. We don't want puppy dog cows. We like them a little on the edge. Because if they're puppy dog cows, and they come over to get petting, and they're 120 pounds, they might knock your kid's teeth out and across the room, just trying to be cuddly.
Another thing is, it looks like you know your animals. You know the characteristics and personalities of each one.
Yep. That's what's tricky about teaching a farm sitter or getting a new cow. You don't know that animal. That farm, and the only way you can learn them is just from experience and being very careful and taking your time. Don't get in a hurry.
Now, why did you dump that in there with him?
I dumped this in there. That was a mix of mostly manure and hay. That's pretty much a big compost pile they're on. They're on what you call a deep bedding system. So their poop is dropping down into wood chips, and that poop and that wood chips is mixing. That wood chips is absorbing the urine and the poop, and eventually that mixture combo makes compost. That bedding is probably over 100 degrees if you were to stick a thermometer down there. That means it's starting to break down.
He's singing to you back there.
He is.
You singing to Dad and all the other animals too?
He is. When you have a 14-year-old and a 1-year-old, you learn to appreciate those little songs, those little conversations they're having in your ear, because I know how soon this is going to be gone. I'm going to carry him on my back for way too long. I can already call it. He'll probably be just like Mr. Brown, 5. I think I carried Mr. Brown sometimes when he was 6. Because when he's 22, I'm not going to carry him on my back.
Yeah.
When he's as big as you, Mike, hop on, Mike.
But carrying him around like that helps you cherish the time with him a little bit more, right?
Oh yeah, what's better for him?
Yeah.
You remember Baby Einstein videos?
Yeah.
You know that? You
Yep.
old enough for that?
Yep.
Those babies will watch that video. And it's just scenes changing, music coming on. Well, guess what? On the farm, on the back, we need no Baby Einstein movies.
No.
His scene is changing. He was just moving around in this deep bedding shelter, a little darker, smelling some things, and now he's walking out here. Now he's seeing a gate. He's seeing new cows. He's getting bent over. Pick up this manure.
All kind of sensory.
No TV needed. He's so comfortable, he'll fall asleep. We're not trying to do deep bedding over here. It's just kind of extra place where we had to put heifers so they wouldn't get bred, but turns out one of them was bred. So if you're not doing deep bedding, have a little bit of deep bedding, hay or wood chips, and then if you're not trying to build compost, you could take this out and put it in a compost bin. Like I say, I don't do deep bedding here because this is our barn stall. I want to keep it. You know, I don't want to build it up 2 feet. I don't want to put it up against the siding of my house.
And this area, is it mostly for your milking?
This area is not. We don't milk here anymore. We don't use the stanchion anymore. That's old news, that stanchion. This ended up being a south-facing side of our house, which you've noticed stalls are underneath our house, and us having to keep heifers away from the bull.
What would you say some keys are to keeping the animals healthy and comfortable during the winter months?
Yeah, so you have 2 choices in raising animals. Only 2 choices, and that's move them regularly out on pasture. For chickens every week, for cows, sheep every day, for pigs every week. But you can't do that in the winter, or maybe you don't want to. Maybe you want to do like me and build up compost and let your pastures rest. Because what happens in the winter is manure drops on the pasture, and the rain and the weather comes and the sun, and all those nutrients in that manure leach out. So they get washed out and eventually just go down into the watershed. But if you capture it in this compost, it stays warm, it stays alive, and then you can put this compost on your cruddy pastures to catch them up with everybody else. So in the winter, you put them on deep bedding. So wood chips is great. We get wood chips from our own farm by clearing some land and making more pasture and hiring a crew to come with their really nice wood chipper and chipping some wood chips for us. You can get wood chips from Public Works. You could get your wood chips from tree services. You can even buy them, like 25 cubic yards of wood chips, $100, one member was telling me. That's enough for 2-3 seasons. You're talking about 2 pigs, 8 cubic yards, that's generous, maybe 6 cubic yards a winter. And you put that wood chips down, and like I said, the manure and the urine goes in it. Joel Salatin calls it the carbonaceous diapers. So think about it like that. These cows are not potty trained. We tried our best to get Flossie to go in the house and sit on the toilet and go. And what happened, Mr. Henry? It was a disaster. No, we didn't do that. Can you imagine? But they poop where they live. So they're like toddlers. They're like Henry. They need a diaper. He could be pooping right now for all I know. That one just peed. He might be peeing too. So they need a diaper, he needs a diaper. You know another thing we can do, Mike? We're having to go back in here. What does she want? She wants to get out. She wants to go around the corner. Okay, go ahead. Hey, they have no hurry. They got no TVs. They got no dental appointment. They got no podcast interview later. They're in no hurry. You could do this for about 10 minutes and then she'd eventually come out. So because I don't have 10 minutes, see what I'm talking about? But you gotta relate. You gotta realize she's not being a jerk. She's not being stubborn. She's just bored. And this is the excitement of her day. She wants to cherish it. She wants to savor every bite. You know, this is the 1 hour of excitement she gets.
So the big guy there, he doesn't try to come out at all.
We're gonna make him come out because he needs to come out here on this concrete and clip his nails. If he stays on that wood chips, his nails are gonna grow too long. Knees over toes. There's your boy. See? Get in. See?
Hey, man.
He is looking.
Good morning. Good morning.
Daddy, can I stay out here?
Sure.
Come on. Papa, we still have to do the luchadors.
Yeah, I know. Farm fitness. Woo!
Go. Getting upright rowing.
This ain't chores. This is a workout.
There you go. Get some bicycle curling.
Cancel my gym membership, right, Mike?
That's right.
What's this one? What's that one?
You got a reverse curl going there.
There you go. Cable to the other end. We found us some flat free tires on this.
Ooh.
That's made all the difference.
I love flat free tires.
Tire with 8 tires in a field. You're gonna have a flat a week. Now we got us some flat frees. We're good for years. They're totally empty. See if you can even open that and it didn't freeze shut. The reason I switched is we were pulling that way. And now we shifted over and now we're gonna go back.
So you can pull in any direction with this.
Yeah. Let me get it. Yeah, there's hooks on every corner.
So who do we have here? What animals are here?
This is a sheep ram. So we don't want him breeding the ladies. We want to breed the ladies in the fall so we have spring babies. And then we have what I call a bullette or bullito, little bull that we've kept intact. We want to eat him though, but we also want to eat his testicles.
Yeah.
We give him one less bad day. He only has one bad day now, and he'll never remember that one. He'll nor know it's coming because it's, and then he'll never feel anything. And they need a companion. You don't need to ever have a cow alone or a sheep alone. And they can be each other's buddies.
So do you move them each day?
Every day. Todos los días. One length. Get fresh grass. They don't have enough grass, so we supplement with hay. So they threw some hay in there because it's winter. But there's some. That's what I was saying earlier. You gotta either move them outside or put deep bedding. And this is just an area we can put them, keep them from the ladies till it's time.
Yeah.
God. Like you, little buddy. Show us, Papa.
Calf or the lamb? Oh, did those calf? You did?
Always no, nobody has to get the
You like them?
The floor is so soft. It's trying to eat my hand. It's about my hand was a treat. I don't need my hand. I don't need a...
She likes to kick a little bit.
Ornery because she's getting out of food. Took a little extra washer this morning. So I'm standing real close. You're gonna get kicked. You want to get close. Uh-oh.
Okay. Why didn't you tell me you were doing this, Josiah?
When it leaves, there's no more in it.
You like doing this, Josiah?
Yep. Is it empty yet?
Got your little seat there?
I do. Helps. Since having the reactive arthritis, it's harder to bend my knees really acute. And ankles.
I do notice a huge difference on how you're moving around versus the last time I was here. It's like a night and day difference how you're moving around.
I was about 85 when you were here. And now I'm about 69.
69.
68, 69, 70.
How vital would you say the kids are to the day-to-day operations and chores that are needing to be done around here?
Oh my gosh. So vital to the level that we're at. You know, I got sick over the summer and they were able to hold it down. They held down the fort. They make all this possible, but you got to remember their appetites are growing too. So we need all this because of that. So that's what's cool about the farm. Everybody can be involved and everybody can pay their dues, so to speak. When they're little, they're not much help, but they don't eat that much. When they're big like Jenna, they eat more than me, but they're a lot of help. And if they weren't in the picture, we'd be downsizing because we wouldn't want to do it all. It'd be too much to do. And we wouldn't need it all either. But it's cool because it's kind of hard to downsize a family milk cow. Like if you have arthritis in your hands and can't milk the cow, you need a kid around or you're just not gonna have a cow. You're gonna have to shift your focus to just beef or lamb or something like that. Or yeah, I guess you could get a power milker.
It kind of reminds me of the Amish. They talk about they don't view children as an expense or a burden as so many in our society does these days. But as the children grow, they're to be more contributing members to the family and the community. Yeah. So it's neat to see that definitely your children are contributing and helping out.
There's 3 phases, Mike, for a kid in relation to the farm, or in life in general. A kid is a liability, so to speak. That's not the greatest word for it. But they need more input than they're giving. Like little baby Henry, we're giving him way more than like he's contributing to the family. And then they become equal. Then they become level, and they're giving as much as they're taking. And then I don't know, 10, 12, 13, they start becoming an asset, and they're giving more than they're taking.
Makes a whole lot of sense. I must admit, it was pretty neat seeing the Rhodes and everything that they do on their homestead during this time of year. Especially seeing some of the animals like the pigs, the sheep, and the cows. Animals that I don't currently have on my homestead. Everything that they have to do to take care of those animals. It's pretty neat. Also, while we were there, my wife Lacie and I joined Justin and Rebecca in doing a polar plunge. 47. You ready for
47.
it? All right.
Let's do it.
Start.
It's hard to do. Like, it's hard to not fall.
Feels good, Lacie?
Oh, I ain't gonna lie.
You just gotta go. Slow does not help. And there's something about getting in down to your neck.
You ready?
And Lacie did fantastic. She was able to be in that 47 degree, whatever it was, water. It's pretty cold for like 5 minutes. I've done it before, but this time I didn't do very well. I was only in there for a short time. Did it.
Yes, you're done.
Man, that water was cold. But the most exciting and intense thing that we did while we were there was record a podcast with Justin and Rebecca on their podcast that's on exclusively on Abundance Plus. And before we started recording the podcast, he asked me this question.
Mike's going to get our boat. Before you go, Mike, this is going to be our podcast. You guys comfortable? We're just going to have a conversation. Right off the top, what's the meaning of life?
Wow.
Ooh, that's
Okay, we'll warm you up. We'll warm you up first.
Work up to that one.
And after he asked that question, I was like, man, is this the kind of questions that are going to be asked during this podcast? And yeah, they pretty much were. He was asking questions about things that I've never been asked on a podcast nor talked about on this channel before. So it was pretty interesting, and it was super fun at the same time. So if you want some information on how you can see that once that podcast is aired, you can check out the link in the show notes below. But Abundance Plus is kind of like Facebook, Netflix combined for homesteaders. It's really, really neat. So make sure you check it out. And you can also watch my normal YouTube videos ad-free on there as well. And I also have a special announcement that's coming up about that, but you're just gonna have to stay tuned. And also, while we were there, Justin kindly signed for me my book, my personal copy of The Rooted Life. He took time to sign it for me. It's pretty neat to see a note from my dear friend. Well, you can also get this book if you haven't pre-ordered it already. Just check the link in the show notes below for that as well. See you next time.